Well, thanks for joining me on this, what's called Good Friday. I appreciate the 7 of you sticking with me to the end of this week. But let everyone else know that has dropped off along the way. Chris Hilkin is doing our Good Friday services tonight. Online, northcoastchurch.com. Make sure you catch it, you and your family. It'll be available anytime from 3 p.m. on. I promise that would be good. Setting that up, we come to this. Friday. Third hour, Jewish time, starts at 6 a.m. in the morning, so it's 9 a.m. This story starts. Mark 15:25. And it was the third hour when they crucified Jesus. The written notice of the charge against him read, simply, he was the King of the Jews. And they crucified 2 robbers with him, one on his right and one on his left. And those who passed by hurled insults at him, shaking their heads and saying, "So, you who are going to destroy the temple and build it in 3 days, come down from the cross and save yourself." In the same way, the chief priests and the teachers of the law mocked him amongst themselves. "He saved others," they asked, "but he can't save himself? Let this Christ, this King of Israel, come down now from the cross, that we may see and believe." Those crucified with him also heaped insults on him. And at the 6th hour, now being noon, darkness came over the whole land until the 9th hour. And at the 9th hour, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, "Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani," which means, my God, why have you forsaken me?" When some of those standing near him heard this, they said, "Listen, he's calling Elijah," not understanding he was saying Eloi, not Eli. And one man ran and filled a sponge with wine vinegar and put it on a stick and offered it to Jesus to drink. "Now leave him alone," they said. "Let's see if Elijah comes to take him down." And with a loud cry, Jesus breathed his last. And the curtain of the temple was torn in two, from top to bottom. And when the centurion who stood there in front of Jesus heard his cry and saw how he died, he said, "Surely this man was the Son of God." When he had cried out, it said, when he cried out in a loud cry, he breathed his last. You need to go to the Gospels of Matthew, Luke, and John for those last sentences. "My Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. It is finished." And he dies. Chris, this is all you need now. I did this for you. It is finished. He took the full wrath. He took the full anger. He took the full discipline of God to a point where he cries out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" I didn't realize the pain and the separation of this moment, knowing full well what he had to do, but never doing it before. He finds himself in this agony. "Into your hands I commit my spirit. It is finished." Paid in full. It's not Jesus plus obedience. It's not Jesus plus how we worship. It's not Jesus plus how we live our life. It's not Jesus plus how I do my sexuality. It's not Jesus plus how you give. It's not Jesus plus your church attendance. It's not Jesus plus your life group. It's not Jesus, oh, and you can't swear anymore. It's not Jesus and how my dating life goes. It's not Jesus and giving a tenth. It's not Jesus and how many people I reach for the kingdom. It's not Jesus and missionary work. It is finished, done, and he dies. It is Jesus plus nothing. This is the gospel. And this alone is enough for the rest of my lives to say, now I want to love and serve you. Now I want to follow you because of what you've done, not what I get out of it. Now you get all of me, and I simply manage my talents and my time for you because you bought me with a price. But this is all I need, and this is all we get, and this is the gospel. And whatever you and I sit here with today and feel like, man, what God must have against me, how much I owe God, what I deserve, it was done on a cross. It is finished once and for all. Oh, you cannot choose to accept this. Many didn't. You can choose one day to stand in front of God and take your own penalty. I won't. I won't. When God says, why do you deserve my love and eternity? Why do you deserve heaven? I simply respond, I don't. But I took him. And he took it for me. So I get eternity. Because he did this in my place. This is Good Friday. Oh, Sunday morning, he'll rise from the grave. Just to back up everything that he said. Just to prove this was no mere man. Oh, he'll rise into heaven and give us the Holy Spirit to allow us to love him back and walk with him and sacrifice and giving and show me how to manage this life for him. But it was finished on this day. Nothing else needed. Nothing else added. That's why on the darkest of Fridays, where even the sun was hid, we still call it good, because this is all you need. And I hope you've come to a place of receiving that and owning that. Because from this day on, good news, Good Friday. This is all you need. What a story. Join us tonight for a Good Friday service. Join us this weekend. I'll bring you an Easter service from the book of Acts. And this is why.